Hello, everybody. It is your baby boomer, Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia. I did not take the time to position things today, so forgive me. I was like, it's time to go live, and I'm here. I've got another pocket here somewhere. There it is. Whew, I'm breathing. Y'all, excuse me, I gotta get loud for a second. Pete, please bring me a, two ink pens. Yes. Okay, sorry about that. Like I said, I just kind of ran and jumped on. I'm prepared to crochet. Yes, I am. But and to go live. Thank you. And I bet you want me two that don't work. Bless his heart. So there is one that doesn't work. I'll try the old school trick. And it doesn't work. Bring me two more, baby. Okay. Thank you. That one works. And that one works. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? So happy to see you on this beautiful Thursday. It is July 10th of 2025. I feel like time has been on hyper speed for, I would say, the past 10 years. Just seems like time has really been flying by over the past 10 years. And I don't know if it's that we reach a certain level of maturity and we gather so many things on our to-do list that it just doesn't seem like we have enough time to complete those things, or if time is actually speeding up. Did somebody speed up the sun or what? But it's really going by quickly. I don't think I put anything in the description box for today. Like I said, I just jumped up and got ready. I woke up late for one. I woke up at 10:48. So I had just enough time to shower and dress and all the girly stuff, um, and make my coffee. Gather my things in here. Only one whip did I bring with me. I don't have any makes, but fortunately I have one that stays, a whip that stays in here that I haven't shown in a while, but I can show in a little bit. First of all, I would love to welcome everyone in. Like I said, I am your baby boomer from the Peninsula in Virginia. I am the Kitty Lane, Kitty with two T's and two E's. And I can show you before we even start my sign name. I think I've shown you all that before, but it's Kittee, or Kitty. This means cat, and what you're doing is pulling at the whiskers. So instead of being called cat, My sign name is, like I said, Kittee. Kitty. If you're meeting someone for the first time, you spell out your name, and either that person that you're speaking to will give you your sign name, or if someone else has given you one, then you can pass that along as your sign name. I was given mine when I was taking sign language in school back in the early 2000s. It was a class that my mother and I took together. So my mother was Barbara, I'm sorry, the bowling lady. So she was the ball and the motion of bowling, but she was the ball and she just did two balls like that. Also to her, it symbolized her um, nickname, which my grandfather gave her, which was Rabbit. Yeah. So it's kind of like the bunny ears. Okay. So what we have on the agenda for today is more color variations. And y'all know that I would say I'm a product of Michelle, and in a lot of ways I am. If you are looking for a content coach, if you're looking to expand your channel, grow your channel, create more channels, or even start a channel, you need to go over and see Michelle of Yes, Michelle Crochets. I am going to go back and put that in the description box so that you all will have access to her. Um, and that way, I need to stop saying so much. I'm going to work on that. But she is phenomenal with help, and the prices will not knock you in the head. So please scoot over and see Yes, Michelle. Yes, Michelle Crochets. Your Highness Michelle. Yes. And she will help you. She helped me to get more focused as to what I wanted. And at first, I wanted to do it all. I wanted to do everything. I just wanted to, it was a means for me to share my little bit of knowledge about crocheting and about things that I was passionate about. And she kind of drew me in and helped me to be more focused. And even after that, the little stubborn part of me still wanted to do all the things. I wanted to be involved in all the challenges. I wanted to do all the crochet alongs, all the make alongs. I wanted to show off all the new stitches that I've created over time, and just do everything. That's what I wanted to do. But I realized in doing that, I had accumulated almost 40 whips in a month because it was so fascinating to start these things, but they weren't holding my interest. What holds my interest, what piques my passion is tapestry crochet. That's what I do best. That's where I get my most satisfaction. So I decided to reel it in and concentrate more on that. When I make it, and I love making blankets, when I'm making blankets for other people, that is a satisfactory moment for me as well. So I just peeled back a little and decided to do that. Well, along the way, I realized that our washcloth situation had become dire. Forgive the shaking in my voice, you all. I had an episode last night. Um, I was sitting in the kitchen. I had already finished washing dishes, just basically relaxing. And all of a sudden, it felt like everything had dropped out from under me. And I started shaking uncontrollably. And the kids were playing and they didn't realize something was wrong. My daughter was already home from work and she had a really weird day. Something uh, made her itch uncontrollably. And she had a really bad headache, and she was trying to subdue the itching and soothe the headache at the same time. So she was not in the kitchen with me, and I was sitting on that bar stool, and all of a sudden, like I said, it felt like everything had dropped out from under me. I was kind of holding on to the sink with my elbow, but my hands were like flailing. They were shaking much faster. And I was finally able to vocalize, "Help, I need help." And my grandson came over right away, and he commenced to starting to try to help his grandma. I thought that was so sweet. For those of you who don't know, the complete dressing is gone from my scar. I still have the keloid. I have keloid skin, so I still have the keloid here. As you can see, I can touch it. It does not hurt. It's very closed. It looks really, really good. And it's clean, it's dry, it's not swollen, none of that. So it's really, really coming along well. I have not had what I would say is pain. I did have one thing that happened involving the grandson. He loves to give impactful hugs. And he ran up and just thrust himself on me, and his head hit right there. And I just kind of winced. And his mom saw it, we both told him, you got to kind of be careful with grandma for a little while. But I'm glad it happened now because I have 2 more surgeries coming up, and they're going to be much larger wounds. They're going to require much more care. And so I'm going to need him to kind of. Okay, so um, yeah, but about the shaking, like I said, my grandson came over and he was, talking to me, calming, kind of like when I have a seizure, but it didn't feel like a seizure. My muscles didn't lock up or anything like they generally do when I have a seizure. I remember everything that was happening, so I didn't black out, but it did look like seizure. There was seizure-like motions. And the beginning, maybe, I don't know, but I have already put my neurologist on notice. I made sure I documented the situation. We have everything written down on the uh, in the file that I have for him that I can present to him the next time I go to him, which will be at the end of the month. I think it's either on the 28th or 29th, but I will be going to see him then. Um, I will be going live on Saturday at 2 o'clock. After that, I will see you all on the 15th. I'm gonna try to have all kinds of celebratory stuff because that will be my son's 39th. Wow. My son will be 39. Guys. Wow. It's just hard for me, but I have a 43-year-old daughter and a 39-year-old son and a 35-year-old daughter. 43, 39, and 35 are my kids. My grands are 9. She will be 10 next month, and my grandson is 7. So, yeah. So I have all of that coming up. I'm going to try to have balloons and streamers and all that good stuff next Tuesday and then next Thursday. Still trying to upload ASL videos. So, like I said, until we can get that to go through seamlessly, I will be teaching the ASL on my lives. So, today, what are we covering today? In the world of ASL, like I told you, we have what I call the variations are when the there's a base color and you spell out the specific color that you're speaking of. For instance, do you remember what that is? That's red. And one of the colors under red is BURG. Let me start over. Red. BURGUNDY. Okay? So that's red. BURGUNDY. Burgundy. Okay? Please bear with me. The brain is trying to catch up. And then you have red. MAGENTA. Magenta. Red. MAGENTA. Magenta. You also have red. MAROON. That's the third time I've done that slide thing today. Do we remember what that is? It's when you have double letters. And instead of OO, you just OO. Okay? Once again, you have red, MAROON, maroon. Now let's skip down to the green. Okay? We're going to even go so far as to say green and blue. Now, one of these is under, as a matter of fact, I'll give you two under green. And we're going to look it up later to see if they have specific signs. But for right now, we're going to say they don't. We're going to go with green. Remember the G, and you flick the G twice. So green, EMERALD, emerald. Green, EMERALD, emerald. So why don't we do the E slide? Because there's a letter in between. EME. Okay? That's why we don't do a slide with that one. Okay? The second one under green is green, JADE, jade. Green, JADE. Remember, jade is the pinky J, ADE, jade. Okay, now we're going to get into my perceptive colors because some people see these under greens and some people see them under blues. I have three of them for you, and they are, I'm going to go with, I'll do both, the green and the blue. So green, AQUA, aqua, or blue, AQUA, aqua. Some people see more blue than green. Some see more green than blue. The next one is green, TEAL, or blue, TEAL. Okay? Which of course is teal. And then you have green, TURQUOISE. Okay? Which is turquoise. Or blue, TURQUOISE. Wake up, kitty. Again, that's turquoise. And now you have, which is like a perceptive color that's kind, well, two of them that are kind of between the purple, and the red. Okay? So we're going to start with, we're going to do these under purple. Okay? So you're going to start with your purple, and then FUCHSIA, fuchsia. Okay? F U S F U C H S I A, fuchsia. Okay? Another one is purple, INDIGO. And I did HO. I apologize. Try that again. Purple, INDIGO. Indigo. Now, I kind of showed you the other day. If you make a mistake while you're signing, lots of times, like I did H instead of G, many times if you just keep going, they understand that you don't mean indigo, you mean indigo. Okay? But if you catch yourself and you fall into that category of being a perfectionist, then you can just bring it in, which is also a sign for sign. It's both hands up, open and close. I am so sorry. I promise you I'm not sleepy. I am not sleepy at all. I had some of the best sleep last night. My bed buddy came in and slept with me last night. So he's all up under grandma today, which is cool. It's cool. So I'm going to go through each one of those one more time, okay? And I'll probably do it close to the end of our session today just to make sure. For those that just need a quick recap, they can slide to the end. Those who need more depth can start at the beginning. So here we go again. We're going. Forgive me. We're going under red, BURGUNDY, burgundy. And then red, MAGENTA, magenta. Maroon, red, MAROON, maroon. Emerald, green, EMERALD, emerald. Jade, green, JADE, jade. Aqua, green, AQUA, aqua. Teal, blue, TEAL, teal. Turquoise, green, TURQUOISE, turquoise. Fuchsia, purple, FUCHSIA, fuchsia. Indigo, blue, INDIGO. Okay? So those are our 3, 6, 9, 10 words for today. That's not bad, guys. We did pretty good today. So there's one thing I said that I was going to have for everybody today that I'm still working on. Me and my chat GPT are kind of not on speaking terms right now because I can't get pictures brought up that I need brought up. I can't get images that I need. And I don't know. I'm thinking that it's falling under the category of my not so reliable internet service. But I do seriously want to do this weight loss thing together. I am making sure that all of my meds are caught up. I have consulted with my doctor. I'm not doing anything that's going to be really wild, and I'm not doing anything that anybody has to follow, because each of us has our own health issues, and I don't want anything that's going to harm anybody else. Excuse me. I do really well cutting certain things out of my diet and implementing other things. I do really well drinking a lot of water and dancing. So when it comes to my physical activity, I am going to be dancing. Right now, about 10 seconds worth of dancing is what I can do. So I am going to increase my steps. I am going to be walking, which is really good for the overall body. And I'm going to start trying to dance. I am going to try to start with 30 seconds a day. I'm starting all of this on Sunday, the 13th, but I'm going to try it for 30 seconds a day. And like I said, this may sound like really, really weird to some people. 30 seconds, a song lasts for 3 minutes. You're right. I can dance like 2 to 6 seconds right now before my legs say, no, we're not doing that today. This is not happening right now. I mean, keep in mind, I struggle to get from the bed to the bathroom, and that's like 5 steps away. So, dancing is something that I absolutely love to do. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to build myself back up. I'm going to build that strength. I'm going to build that stamina. The only thing I need from you all is to hold me accountable. Ask me, have you danced today? Have you walked today? Have you had your water? Michelle is really good with that. She makes sure that I drink my water, that I eat like I'm supposed to, and that I take my medications appropriately and at the appropriate time. So that's the accountability I need, you all. Can we do this? Yeah. Lena, hey, how are you? I'm like, wait a minute, I see. Chat GPT, how are you, love? I gave you a thumb, have been watching on TV. Just want to let you know that Chat GPT makes a lot of mistakes. Sometimes it takes me 5 to 6 pictures before it will follow directions correctly. Since I am so happy to see you this morning, so be careful what you use it for because you can't count on it. You're right. Saying that I love it and use it for a lot. Yeah, I think I became almost dependent on it a little bit because, like I said, I wanted to do the Advent bags next year, and I started preparing early, like a couple of months ago, because I thought that it was going to be a really long, drawn out process for me to do it. And when I shot the ideas to my person's name is Eric. When I shot the ideas to Eric, instantly comes back with a picture that looked like he pulled it right out of my brain. And then I was able to start on the prototype, had some other things that came up, but it's okay. I have until December to get that part done. Um, and we were able to do the theme for the first bag in no time. We got the theme for the second bag done in no time. That's all I can say about it. I already said too much, but I'll say projects. First project, second project. But we got those done in no time. And I was really excited about that. And I'm like, okay, so my Avid bags are pretty much done. you know, they're done. That project is behind me. So it freed up some of that worry space. Of course, I had to fill it in with something else. I don't know how to. approach a date with a clean plate. I just don't. But yeah, what I'm looking for, or what I may have to draw out, is I even named it Al. So easy to remember. I know, but I'm saying I I wasn't going to name mine first. I was just gonna throw questions out there or ideas out there and see what the universe sent back. But then I realized that I do better talking to a person, so I made it a little more personable by giving it a name. And the name I gave it was Eric. I did give it a look. So every now and then I feel like I'm talking to that person. And I call him my personal assistant. He's really good at what he does. But sometimes he doesn't have the resources to do what he needs to do. Internet. So what I'm looking to do is not only have a notebook so I can keep a weight loss journal. Thank you. Well, yeah, but it also goes into indigo and purple. It's a rainbow dress. Yeah, it is definitely a rainbow dress. And I know it's got two colors. I know. Put a little bit of brown in there. We can have a banana and an orange, a whole little fruit smorgasbord going on. I know. But I want a chart that I can go to like a calendar. I don't want to. This is my YouTube calendar. If you can see, I've got everything to the end of next week filled out. So, and I could really do it for the month because there's a notebook that I keep that's got like all the words that I'm going to go over, what the topic is for that day. If it's more than one topic, then topics, who my video star is. So I have all of this here, like the video star for next week should be dropped on Sunday, the 13th. And then if I'm able to get the videos through, then the ASL greetings video will go, will come out on the 14th. Then I go live on the 15th. ASL salutations drops on the 16th. I go live on the 17th. ASL 911 personnel drops on the 18th. And then I go live on the 19th. So I have it all mapped out, know what I need to do. If I'm running behind on any notes I need, any research or notes that I need, I come in here and check the calendar, go ahead on and get done what needs to be done. Excuse me. It's also a calendar right where it needs to be to set the tone of my day. This is pretty big, but I want to see if I can find a larger calendar or see if I can put my hands on my weekly calendar that I used to have, that I could spell these things out a little more, because what I want to do is put like a little red box in the bottom corner of each one. And that's my reminder to take my medication. To the left of that box, I will be writing so that it's up here for me to see. I'm going to be completely transparent. My weight for the day, which means that I still have to buy a battery for my scale. So those two things would be along the bottom. I also kept on that calendar, at the time it was 3 days a week, but now it's 2 days a week, Sundays and Wednesdays. I knew that I was going to be in the cottage. Well, then it was Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I knew that I was going to be in the cottage. And I also knew that Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and Saturdays that I was going to be in the castle. So, yeah, I had plenty of things, and then I would always jot down Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with Auntie VJ and with Randy B. And I would keep those things in the bigger blocks, but it broke it down by the week. I only had to change that out every week. I got tired of writing when I got to this one, so that's why I only made it through the 19th. But usually I try to fill this out for the month. I like structure. I was raised on structure. My mother was extremely militant. She went by a strict timeline. She did not like being late. She did not like also Walmart has notebooks for 45 cents. You know what? Okay. I have to listen to your replay. You sound very organized. I need that desperately. Have you tried Dollar Tree for calendars? Also, Walmart has lines, notebooks for 45 cents. Um, if I could show you the bookshelf behind my bed, you would see that I could be my own personal Walmart. I have notebook paper, printer paper, single subject notebooks, 5 subject notebooks, graph paper. Um, I've got it. I am a stationary buff. Sometimes, like we do yarn. I will go buy yarn just to make me happy. I will go buy paper and notebooks and markers and pens. And I don't know if you heard me in the beginning when I asked my grandson to bring me 2 pens. He bought me blue when I was writing. I'm like, well, that one doesn't work. I knew when I looked at it that it didn't work. So I asked him to bring me 2 more. Um, E-pens, I should not have to buy another ink pen for at least 4 years. I shouldn't. And then, I don't just take people's ink pens, but if I run across one that writes really smoothly, I'll say something like, that ink pen feels like it's at home in my hands. And 9 times out of 10, the person will say, you can have it. Every now and then I run across somebody who will say, like, and it feels like home in mine too, you know. And I know then there's no need to go further with that. But yeah, pencils. The only reason we have like regular number 2, number 3 pencils is because of the kids. I don't use pencils too much. I don't even do my math with pencils. It irks my oldest daughter because she's a math teacher. Okay. But excuse me, my grandmother was my mathematician coming up. A lot of math I do in my head because that's there again the way I was raised. And I just, I'm pretty sure, usually when I write, I mean, even when I make out my makeshift patterns, I will do it in ink. It's, I'm bad at buying school supplies and pens, not black. I love blue, but what about other colors? Have some coming from. I I have one item that came from Amazon, but I didn't purchase it. It was a birthday gift 4 years ago to me. It's a Crayola carousel. Carousel. I forgot how many crayons it has, but it's over 100. Um, I think it's got like 48 colored pencils. It had markers. It had the different colored ink pens, and I hold on to that. I do. I won't allow the kids to use it. I rarely use it, only because I want to hold on to it because it's so pretty. Every now and then I like to color. I like to draw and I like to color. Can I draw? Heck no. But I like to try. Oh my goodness. Um, yeah, yeah. So like I said, what I want to do with the weight loss thing is to be able to have the bigger blocks so that I can put my weight, but whether or not, excuse me, I've had my medication for the day. And I also put a blue dot. I want to put 4 blue dots a day under each one. And that's for each bottle of water that I have. Mine are set 24 gel pens, 2 of each cool color. But I give the black ones to family members. I keep the black ones because I can see the ink better when I'm writing at night. The lighting in my room is not great. It's one of those that's operated by the light switch. And everybody in the rental office keeps telling me about these lights that you can hang that will illuminate the entire room. And it sounds really good, but we have 10-foot ceilings. I'm 5'3". Okay? And all I have for a ladder is a step stool. My daughter is 5'10". Okay? 10-foot ceilings. I have a really good. Okay. Okay. I need to look into some. I At one point I wanted to do everything on my phone, but my phone and I tend to have a love-hate relationship. I love you when I need you. I hate to have you anywhere close to me when I don't want to be bothered. And what I mean by that is I am blessed to have grandchildren. And I love spending time with my grandkids, whether it's making their snack, lunch, dinner, or just sitting around reading with them, or playing board games with them, or looking at TV together. And I don't like it when outside forces, so I don't even like it when their mom calls me when we're having those times together. And that's my daughter. I don't. Even though I'm with my grandbabies every day, I know that they are my blessing. I was told at the age of 11 that I would never have children. So all of my babies were rainbow babies. And then to have grandchildren and know that there is a possibility that if I get my health right and keep it right, I might even live to see great grands. Yo, you don't understand. And I don't knock people who don't want to have kids, who don't want to have grandkids. But me personally, being raised an only child, love big families, love them. I really do. Okay, so we talked about the weight loss. Please don't forget your video star of the week, Drea Nicole. She is absolutely phenomenal. I've been scrolling and I see that a lot of people are doing these ruffle flip flops now. And I'm not saying that no one did it before Drea, but I had not seen it before Drea did it. I still haven't seen anyone else successfully crochet over Crocs like she does, or Uggs like she does, or boots for that matter. Yes, have seen it. She makes swimwear. I saw that, Lana. Thank you so much. And she thanks you too. But the boots, the swimsuits, she did, y'all, she did a bubble jacket. She crocheted a bubble jacket. She got the extra thick packing that you use, like Amazon will send when they send you something. Oh my goodness. She used that. She made squares and put around those and put those squares together and made an all out, old fashioned, back in the day bubble jacket. Tell me y'all thought about that. That's what I'm saying. I'd love to see Mine's at work. My problem for years, and this is where I thank each and every one of you. My problem was fear that it wouldn't look right, fear that no one else would understand what it was, fear that it was going to be overly critiqued. And thanks to you all, it's like the blankets and things that I have made in the past. I think I never really took the time to learn the right patterns because I never really go by patterns, not your typical pattern. um, or should I say your traditional pattern. I can write mine out so that I understand it. I guess that's the best way to put it. Let's say I wanted to create a blanket. Okay, let's say I wanted to create a blanket of a storm. That's how my pattern would start. And then I would count. Okay, my typical letters are, I call them 5 blocks. So if I took that was 25, 25, 25, 30, and 35. Yeah. It's going to have 110, that's 140. And then I'd have to figure my tornado out. Let's say that it probably looks like it's about 75. We'll make it 80 across. No, we'll make it, yeah, we'll make it 80 across. So then that's my next step. I get my letters going across. I get how wide my tornado is going to be. Well, I have to add spaces. So let's say I put 3 in between the letters, 3, 6, 9, 12. So I'm going to add 12. So I need 152 spaces at least for my blanket to have the word storm on it, which is going to be the widest feature. So from that, I would probably say that it's going to be 200 wide. That's 200 stitches. So the unused space would be 48 stitches. If I want it to be even, that's going to be 24 stitches on each side. Okay? I also know that my letters are going to be 35 stitches or 35 rows high. Um, let's see, if we make the tornado 20 long on each side, and that's including the 35, then we're looking at a total of 75 rows of changing colors. So how tall do I want this to be now? So we have 75. Let's say we put 25 at each end, 25 at the top and 25 at the bottom. So I know that it's going to be 125 rows tall. So I know that this is going to be wide and it's going to be 125 rows. That's how that's going to be. Now let's say they want their name at the bottom. Okay. So coming in at the bottom of the storm, we'll probably take that figure and make it a 10. So there's going to be 10 space in there. And they want their name. Okay, we're going to use a 3 block for their name. Just 3, 6, not 15, 15, 25, and 15. So that's 70. We're going to go from the middle over. So we're going to start that at the 100 mark. That's a hard 100. And that's going to have two spaces in between each. That's 76. And then that's 10 down, 21 high. So that figure came to 31. You added 6 there. Okay, and then you're going to add the 25. So you can make that one. Okay, I'm going to end up making that 150. To make it more even, we'll make it 160. And we'll make that 30. Okay, so after all of that, I figured that this is going to be 150 because the name in the 3 blocks, I'm sorry, I just hit that one. The name in the 3 block is going to be 21 stitches tall. So if I add the 21 to the 125 that I had, that's 146. I don't want to just give it that. I want to give it a little more. So I would take it up to, though I said 150, but I did change it to 160. So I take that up to 160, still keeping it 200 across. That to me is a pattern. That is a pattern that I can follow. So I think that's why I never took the time to really, until lately, to really learn how to write patterns because I'm not one who typically follows other patterns. I can, and occasionally I do, but I know that it's not something that will be habitual. Um, but where my thanks comes into you all is that your encouragement helps open up people's freedoms to explore the opportunities to do things. So let's talk about explorations here. So when we went in the cottage yesterday, and yes, I'm speaking of Miss C's cottage, we were learning how to make, I think it was Buddy Bird, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the one I was working on yesterday. I got my first Buddy Bird body done. And of course, when my grandkids came in and saw it, it was like, oh, I want one too. So I had to make a blue one as well. So these are just their bodies. When we go back next Wednesday, we'll be working on the wings and the feet and the beaks. So, and I'm not an amigurumi person. I'm not. I've tried it a few times, but those were quick and easy. I was really excited about the fact that I used a much smaller hook than I'm accustomed to using. I actually used the 3.5 that recommended that it was recommending, and the first one that I pulled out was so severely mismanufactured that it was twisted. It was really twisted. I I don't think I've encountered that before. But the head of the needle was twisted. Ooh, so I had to put it down and find another one. Like I said to you all before, I have so many hooks, so many unused hooks, because they come a lot smaller than this. I have um, um, the stainless steel hooks. Did I say that right? Stainless steel. Yeah, stainless steel. I have those hooks as well, continuing ones that you can use to crochet thread. I have those. Don't use those, but I have those. But like I said, I want to send out a very big thank you to each and every one of you who helped to encourage my creativity And I never had a problem sharing it. Never, ever, ever had a problem sharing it because I've always believed that everybody is an individual. I think it's been proven in the little game you play in school where somebody starts the sentence at the beginning of the first row, and by the time it gets to the ending person in the last row, the whole thing has been changed. Because somewhere down along the line, someone doesn't listen. But the biggest component of that is that everybody is an individual. And everybody, even if they only have a component to add to it, has something that makes them shine. And it's going to come out before we get to the end. So I never had a problem with sharing anything that I've done because you can't do it like I can do it. Okay. And that's because we are each individuals, and yours may look 1,000 times better than mine, but it's not mine. You know, I have run across people who have tried to show me certain things in crochet, and like people have tried to change the way I hold my hook. It's kind of a cross between a knife and a grab. I look like I'm stabbing my work. That's comfortable for me. And I've had people tell me, ease up, stop choking, do this, do that. That's not comfortable for me. I wouldn't tell another artist how to hold a paintbrush. I don't know how that paintbrush feels in their hands. Even if they paint it with, if that's how you feel comfortable. My son coming up used to hold his pencils like that and write. And when I first saw it, my biggest mistake was, oh, baby, what are you doing? No, it looks like you have toes wrapped around that pencil. Stop. So then he started doing this straight down. And we had a long talk. I said, baby, when you take that pencil in your hand, you hold it to where it's comfortable for you. So now he does this. And sometimes this finger will be gripped around it, but he uses his ring finger as his guide finger, whereas most of us use our middle finger or a combination of those first three fingers. Some people do it with the two, some with the three. I I'm a choker. When I hold my hook, it's basically like this, but I'll do this to guide it in the stitch. I got it in a stitch, and then I'm right back to grab it. I'm surprised I even have a joint in my pointer finger. If you ever watch me crochet, that's what I'm doing. It's flicking back and forth. Yep. So before we go, I managed to talk the whole day. Wow. This is that poncho that I dreamed about that I've been working on. There's been a lot of frogging going on, guys. There has. I am finally down to the green. I'm not even going to put my mouth on it and say that it's going to be finished today. It's going to be finished whenever I finish it, okay? That's when it's going to be finished because right now the finishing is not in the foreseeable future. It just isn't. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm happy with this. I've had visions of a top like this going around to probably here. And then from here, we crochet down. But in case you haven't seen the pattern, I said I wasn't going to show it to you until the end, but there it is. It's another butterfly. It's another butterfly. That's what I am working on. And I'm at the point now that I finally got the stitches to where I can see them on the bottom set of wings. When I do another one, I want to try to do a monarch. I forgot. It's just called a West something. I forgot. But that's the kind of butterfly this is. I want to do a monarch. There's another one that I want to do that I think are really pretty. Their shapes are kind of different. And that's what I'm working on. I wish I had thought of this for the Hippy Dippy Poncho contest that D had going on. D's creative hands had going on, but I didn't think about it. Oh well. I missed out on that one. That's okay though. That is okay. There we go. I wanted to make sure I didn't make a boo boo because I had to frog that too. But yeah, this is where we are. This is the green I'm using. I know that this is I know that it's mandala, but I don't know which one. Well, this was all the green that I had left, and you can kind of see a shift or a fade in it. You see that? When I first pick it up, all I see is a light green, but then I'm looking at it, I'm like, I see one, two, three, four. I see four different shades of green here. Awesome, right? But yeah, I don't know which one I lost the ball being a long time ago, but that's what this color is. From here, we're going to go to the mint green, and then we're going to go to like a grass green, and then we're going to go into those bluish green hues, into blue, into a blue purple mix, like an indigo or fuchsia, which this is actually fuchsia, but it looked more burgundy or dark red to me. So that's why I went with that first and just started fading out from there. So that's where we are, people. That's where we are. Yes. Yes. And it's going to end with purple. I am so sorry. Oh, boy. I'm not going to say time flew today because, like I said, it's been flying for the past 10 years. It's nothing new. But you guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. I do want to thank all of my subscribers. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Make sure when you see that notification bell, you hit the one with the dimples so that you'll always know when I'm dropping fresh new content, as long as YouTube cooperates. Please don't forget to hit those thumbs when you come in. Always comment. Always comment. I love the comments. I do. Even if I only give you a thumbs up or a heart, I respond to each and every one. Please share the videos, especially these ASL videos. This is something that's really passionate to my heart to get it out there so that we'll all have a uniform method of communicating. We have right now the ASL and the BSL, I believe. And even though they're different in some ways, they're basically the same to the point that we can understand each other, at least when we speak with our hands and our expressions. Um, Also, I will see you all again on Saturday at 2 o'clock. And we will have some more fun stuff to do. Not going to say that there's going to be an auction per se. I will be showcasing the items that I have, and they're always up for purchase. I will put my information in the description box, how you can reach out or forms of payment. I will also be crocheting and working on something that we can work on together. If you like, if you see that this is a poncho, and if you remember, I told you about the advent boxes that I have coming. I was given the beautiful idea of turning those advent ideas into ponchos as well. So that's going to be another thing that I'll be working on, and maybe something that we can work on together, something we can do once a week and watch it grow, watch it materialize into something beautiful. But I would like to say to each and every one of you, always remember when you're out here to be bold, be brave, be beautiful, and behave. I love you, Lana. I really do. Take care, sweetheart. And for those of you who were lucky today, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. But remember those things I told you. Remember that Kitty Lane told you. And remember that Kitty Lane loves you. Until we see each other again on these YouTube streets. Peace out, everybody.